People felt like I was Diddy's biggest cheerleader and I made him my brand.
Hey y'all, what's up? This your girl Kia Shalante, or what it is, or what it ain't, and what it's gonna be. Mm, mm, We about to get into some things, child. All I have to say is, Caresha, please. So, without further ado, let's vibe. When it comes to the city girls parting ways, ultimately it came down to egos, jealousy, lack of communication, and lack of accountability. Young Miami is the life of the party. She is the fun and outgoing one in the group. However, JT is just very reserved and low key, but it worked for them. City Girls was a part of the culture. Young Miami teased the release of Caresha Pleaseeee Season 2. My first impression, seeing her cry, I felt sorry for her because at the end of the day, regardless if you like Caresha or not, she has a lot going on, and I know it's mentally bothering her. On social media, so many people favored Caresha over JT. She was rapping about being a city girl and living the city girl lifestyle. Females really wanted that Caresha and Diddy type of relationship, situationship, sugar baby, sugar daddy type of vibe. If you really believe that Diddy and Caresha was in a serious relationship, child, don't be naive. That's all I'm going to say, because nothing to me gave a serious relationship. They were in a partnership, strictly business.
I feel like you single, well, we go together. So how would you feel if I be telling people that I'm single because we go together?
We go together now?
Real bad.
Whatever you say.
I like that.
Caresha loves attention, she loves money and wanted status. And Diddy wanted a young, attractive female to help him stay relevant. I feel like Caresha is now experiencing her very own downfall. Caresha had the group to fall back on, but now JT is solo. Caresha has to find a way back to the top. Saucy Santana did a great job interviewing Caresha, in my opinion. It provided her a safe space because they are best friends. I do love Caresha and Santana friendship. Watching their Instagram lives together is very funny and entertaining. They are each other cup of tea. However, this interview was very strategic because she has attached herself with Diddy and made him her brand. She has to pull out her sympathy card to get the public back on her side. The interview felt very rehearsed and some questions sounded very scripted. That's why half of the people is not taking her serious, because she had Saucy Santana interview her, and Saucy Santana already know the tea. Like, let's be honest, they are best friends. Caresha had Saucy Santana do it for a reason. If Caresha was interviewed by someone else, it definitely would have went differently. Listen, if y'all thought Caresha was going to sit up there and throw Diddy under the bus, be for real. I knew Caresha was not going to say too much on Diddy. She could very much still be with him behind the scenes for all we know. There is still an open investigation going on. I feel like maybe an NDA was signed. That's why, to me, her response sounded rehearsed and scripted. There is only so much she can say without saying too much, if you know what I mean. It's hard for me to believe Caresha didn't know nothing about Diddy and what he was a part of and what he was into. Let's be honest, so many people have came out multiple times and spoke their truth about Diddy. Let's not forget and act like we haven't been hearing about Diddy our entire life. One of Diddy's former employee, producer, and videographer named Rodney Little Rod Jones. Young Miami is involved in Rodney Jones' lawsuit against Diddy. Allegedly, Young Miami, legal name Caresha, transported a drug called Pleaseeee across state lines for Diddy. According to Jones, Miami got on a plane in order to bring drugs to Diddy. Diddy wanted this drug. Brandon forgot it, so defendant Christina called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. Jones also claimed that Young Miami was one of the women who were paid a monthly fee to work as Diddy's worker.
I just had a conversation with somebody the other day. I said, I'm really, like, I'm more like with a W. Like, I'm on.
But define that, though.
Like, I'm on. Like, I'm very, like, I'm very, like, I'm free with myself. I'm free. Like, I'm very, like, sexy. I'm free. I'm open.
I feel like you can still be in love.
Yeah, I'm
Truth be told, Caresha is not going to burn that bridge with Diddy. She is not going to say anything bad whatsoever about him. Diddy upgraded her brand, provided her with opportunities, benefits, connections. He helped her with Caresha Pleaseeee podcast. The girl was on the big screen acting in BMF on Stars. Of course, she is going to keep it cute regarding Diddy.
And Caresha is, of course, Young Miami from the City
Oh,
Girls.
young. Oh, okay.
And she says I'm single, but I'm really single. And mind you, she was in a situation with Diddy, and they're in a new type of relationship where you could say we're together, but we're single and we're doing this. But now she's like, I'm single.
She just a good as she supposed to be.
Do you see some resemblance? Now, I don't want to say in yourself, but in like some other women who would be like, I'm just gonna go out here and get this bag because the bag is
keep
able to
in
get.
mind, I don't let my out like that, out the cage. No. It's a certain type of woman that's gonna do a certain type of thing. Every woman gonna go for the coin, but it all still yet depends. That's a man that she know is rightfully bisexual with his dick on it. She still with no problem. Literally.
For Caresha to tweet that, she knows Diddy has enough power and influence to have someone do something against their will. That's why I feel like Caresha knew what she was getting into and knew the person she was really with. Truth to be told, if Cassie did not file that lawsuit and if that video did not come out showing Diddy abusing Cassie, Caresha still would be publicly flaunting around with Diddy. Caresha was on a high, flexing, arrogant. You could see it in her demeanor. Caresha was very much giving all you is beneath me type of vibe. Calling people broke on social media, she knew Diddy was her way out to becoming bigger than she was. She is not the victim. People only want to play victim when the money dries up. No shade.
I've been through domestic violence in 2 relationships. And I told myself, after the second relationship, I would never put myself in that situation again, especially now being that I'm a mom. I was a mother then, but like having a daughter, like I would never put myself in that position. I don't stand for domestic violence. I'm just not going for that.
If Caresha never experienced abuse from Diddy, we cannot put that on her. You can't tell someone their own experience they had with someone. I'm not about to say Caresha is lying when we don't know and we was never there, especially if there is no evidence showing he did. You have to take her word for it. For a woman to be in 2 domestic relationships, she should have showed more compassion for the victims. You know what I mean? Even though it did not happen to her, as a woman, she knows how it feels because she's been through it herself.
Nobody wanted Caresha to say that was her experience. Nobody wanted Caresha to come out and claim something happened to her that did not happen to her. We wanted her to stand in solidarity with those who it happened to.
I feel like Caresha is still in love with Diddy. I'm not saying Diddy did not love her, but I feel like Diddy had love for her and still have love for her, but not in love with her. Caresha could still be in communication with Diddy behind the scenes for all we know. Let's get into what Caresha said about JT.
I'm not going to sit here and just like do that strategic question. How are you? Yeah, you know, that's my sister. We go, no, shit all good, but it's not all bad either. And I just want to move forward from that. I don't want to have to keep answering that question. It's just what it is. It's nothing going on. We not in the group no more. She went her own way, I went my own way, and that's just where we at. Okay, period. And I don't want to answer it no more, so don't ask me.
When Caresha was speaking about Diddy, it sounded scripted. But when she started talking about JT, baby, that was real. How she felt was real. That was not rehearsed.
There was a time where JT was arguing with Cardi. A lot of people feel like you should have jumped in and defended JT, and you was on mute.
I'm like, they arguing about Super Freaky Girl remix. Bitch, I left off for Bad and Bougie. Bitch, the queen ain't called me. The song was never mentioned to me. I was never called for the song. I was never given a heads up like, hey, you know, I got a song coming out with Nicki or nothing. I never knew nothing about it.
Caresha stated she did not jump in to defend JT regarding Cardi because it had nothing to do with her. However, Cardi was speaking on City Girls' numbers. Are you not a part of the City Girls with JT? Cardi basically saying she did y'all a favor. The City Girls needed her. Y'all numbers was not hitting until City Girls collaborated with her. Like, were you at Caresha? You said if one fight, we all fight. Cardi called these City Girls out, and you are a part of the City Girls with JT. She talking about y'all numbers as a group, but you was quiet because you was pressed over JT being on Super Freaky Girl with Nicki Minaj? Truth be told, JT was not obligated to tell her bandmate Caresha about her Super Freaky Girl collaboration with Nicki Minaj. Did Nicki feature the City Girls on this project? No, she did not. This is Nicki Minaj project. Sorry, but not sorry. I am with JT on this. I am not risking me telling you that I am on a Super Freaky Girl remix when Caresha stated her and JT don't even talk like that. If we are not talking, you're not telling me what you got going on with Diddy or anything else you got going on. So why do I need to tell you about my business moves? Super Freaky Girl remix didn't have anything to do with the City Girls. Nicki did not ask Caresha to be a part of this project. So why is JT obligated to say anything? If it was pertaining to the City Girls, okay, I get it, but that was not the case. Listen, if I was JT, I wouldn't have told Caresha anything either. We not on good terms. We don't talk. I don't trust you. You may not trust me. If JT would have told Caresha about her being a part of the remix, and then Caresha would have told someone, and then that person would have told someone else, now JT messed up her opportunity. Caresha was not worried about the group. She was with Diddy, a billionaire, and Caresha don't even like to rap.
You was not about to get on Super Freaky Girl and tear up that beat. Nobody about to call you to get and I put it in the tummy and put it in the city and put it in the period. Yeah, don't we would oh hell no. No.
This is a prime example. I want you to do good, but not better than me. Caresha didn't think JT was going to be able to go solo without her, and she finally did.
JT is out the way, and me being y'all friend, it frustrates me sometimes because I'm like, Caresha got Caresha please, and she could do all that stuff, and I'm like, JT, you so much talented and so wrong. Why you won't do nothing? And it's just, that's not her personality. She don't want to, and nobody can force her.
No shade to Saucy Santana, but when JT started crying, why her friends did not comfort her? Caresha and Santana did nothing. However, when Caresha started crying, when speaking about what she was going through, Santana comforted her. I personally did not like that. Caresha is jealous. Caresha is used to being the main character, and now she is not, and no one is checking for her solo music. The Diddy lawsuit affected her brand. This interview did nothing for her.
In the same breath, she says, I feel like I added value to everything Diddy was doing. Nobody was drinking De Leon before me. He sent me this song. I feel like whatever he had going on, I just upped the motion a little bit. And in the very next breath, you'll say, the I owned on my own on the side with my partner was bringing $0.
Caresha is a pretty girl, but pretty takes you but so far. I will say Caresha Please podcast is what she needs to hold on to because her music is just not it.
I'm not able to release music right now. It's because it's like when I try to turn my music in, it's just like we don't see no growth in your music, or you're not elevating it. Like the fans that y'all had 6 years ago, they grown now.
I think they hate on you just as much as they hate on me. It's equal hate. For 2 years, they were saying that, like, oh, Caresha done left the group. She gone. Like, she got this going on. She got that going on. JT better find a job because Caresha done with her. For 2 years straight. And then when I started doing my thing and being more like actively in my space, what I'm good at, and people start giving my flowers for it, then it's feeling like, oh, okay, it's more hate towards you and it's not that.
You think it's the persona? Like,
I ain't never say because you do your thing, it's more hate towards me. I'm just telling you how I feel. It don't got nothing to do with you. I just feel like what I'm reading about me.
What about City Girls? What does the future of City Girls look like?
An album. The future of the City Girls can be the City Girls. I pray that our egos does not like separate it, or the internet, or guys.
Do you worry about that a little bit?
Sometimes.
You're human.
We're human. We're women. We're not girls. We're women. Like sometimes I want to be with my man. So it's just like sometimes she want to be with her man, and I hope that that's not what be the reason.
Caresha was the one who was most popular and got the most attention from the masses because of the fact that JT went to jail, and she also was the most visually seen. Caresha feels slighted because she feel like she did them a favor. If it wasn't for her, y'all wouldn't know about the City Girls, when the reality is you just signed a contractual obligation and you had to uphold it. So whether she went to jail or not, you still had to go to work, Miss Mamas, because of that contract.
I am sad that the City Girls broke up. Same with Destiny Child, Little Mix, Fifth Harmony. Groups are just not lasting. People do grow apart. Does it hurt to lose someone you grew up and was close with? Absolutely. Sometimes friendships hurt just as much or worse than relationships. I honestly feel like what JT and Caresha is going through is not abnormal, and it happens to us all. I had friends that I was so close with that I grew apart from, and friends that grew apart from me. We are not kids anymore. We become older. Our perspectives are not the same. Everyone has their own journey and way of life, and that's just the reality of it. What JT and Caresha is experiencing is the same thing we all experienced as we became older. I definitely wish both of them the best. JT is going to do well focusing on her music. It's just the beginning for her since she is now rebranding herself. And Caresha has a great personality and will do well with Caresha Please.
I wish that everyone knew about the City Girls.
I really wish everybody knew that I don't give a
Oh my God, I was thinking that.
I do not.
Oh my God, I was gonna say we don't give a
One, two, red, blue.
Let me know y'all thoughts below. Do you feel like JT is wrong? Do you feel like Caresha is wrong? Or do you simply feel like they grew apart? We can definitely agree to disagree.
Period.
Period.
Period. Period. Period. Period. Period. Period.
Thanks for watching. Talk to you later, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.